The ODI series may have been decided, but the touring Indian team are still looking for their first win on tour, a win that they desperately need, keeping in mind that they have a long Australian summer ahead. We're building up to the third ODI to be played in Canberra between India and Australia. I'm Nikhil Naz. I'll be joined by Gautam Gambhir and Tom Moody. You're watching ESPN Cricket for Match Day. Right then, let's get started. Gautam, I'll start with you on our first statement. Sean Abbott, Daniel Sams, or Andrew Tye? Who do you think should replace Pat Cummins?
Sean Abbott, very like replacement for Pat Cummins. He can actually chip in with the bat at number 8, and pretty similar bowler as well, both at the same pace as Pat Cummins. I don't see Daniel Sams or I don't see even Andrew Tye because they're more of a T20 bowlers. So I would definitely go with someone like Sean Abbott, and he's shown a lot of form in Sheffield cricket as well. And it's the right time for him because they need to have backup for people like Pat Cummins, Josh Hazlewood, and Mitchell Starc. So he's probably the right replacement as well. And what better opportunity when you've already sealed the series? So it's the right time to actually get him in.
Right, just a reminder, Abbott's played in ODI about 5 to 6 years ago. Sam's yet to make his debut, whereas Tye's had a decent ODI career so far, picking up 12 wickets in the 7 ODIs. He's played. Tom, what about you?
For me, the obvious choice replacement for Cummins is Sean Abbott. I think Abbott has really emerged over the last 12 to 18 months as the front runner, as someone that's ready for international cricket. His form leading into this series has been good in Sheffield Shield cricket. He's not only taken wickets, but he's scored runs. But I think Australia would like to have a look at Sean Abbott on the international stage. I think it's a perfect opportunity for him to play.
India should rest Bumrah or Shami. Tom?
I believe it's a consideration that needs to be thought through very carefully because both Bumrah and Shami are so critical in the Test series. They're both first or second picked in that series. So I think judging on how they're feeling, how they're recovering would be important. And I wouldn't hesitate to rest, if not one, both of them in this last ODI, just to make sure that you're monitoring their workloads leading into what is going to be a hectic 4 Test match series.
Right, Gautam, I'm just taking a look at the stats of these two bowlers. Not much to choose. Shami a shade better than Bumrah there, but clearly not of the high standards that these two bowlers have set for themselves. Would you then rest one of them?
I won't. I probably would rest or replace someone like Navdeep Saini because another bad game Navdeep Saini has. And then I would probably rest him from the next white ball 4 games, even the T20s, and I'll actually ask him to focus on red ball cricket because he would be required in 4 Test matches with Ishant Sharma not being there. So I probably will ask him to play a 4-day game or a 3-day game, which happens against Australia, and just concentrate on red ball cricket because he's a young guy and he's not of the same league as Mohammad Shami or Jasprit Bumrah. So another bad game can actually ruin his entire confidence and his entire tour as well. So I would rather replace him with Shardul Thakur and then play Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami and then probably rotate them in T20 cricket because T20 cricket, it's still, you can manage with bowlers. But in a 50-over game, you would require someone like Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah both, especially against a batting lineup like this, and would actually rest Navdeep Saini. Not rest Navdeep Saini because obviously he's not at that level where he should be rested, but yes, replace him for the next 4 white ball games.
Fair enough. Staying with fast bowlers, point number 3, Hazlewood has shown how to bowl on these surfaces. Before I come to you, Gautam, just taking a look at his performances here, especially the use of short pitch deliveries, just 12 balls, picked up 3 wickets, also shows you that he's used them judicially, as a surprise element. Just 12 of them, not getting carried away with getting wickets out of those short pitch balls. Has he really then shown the way to the other bowlers? Gautam, to you first, followed by Tom.
Kept it really simple as well. Kept bowling that Test match length, probably a little back of length as well, not pitched it up a lot. So kept it really simple rather than just trying too much. Sometimes the more you keep it simple, the more successful you are. And at the same time, you can't compare Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah to someone like Josh Hazlewood because he bowls from a different height. He's a tall bowler, hits the deck, a little bit of McGrath kind, and then he uses that short ball really well as well. So it's very difficult because the surfaces are also different. Plus, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami, and Josh Hazlewood are different kind of bowlers as well. But then it actually shows that you don't need to have a lot of variation in 50-over cricket to be very successful. You can just be bowling within your limits and just use whatever kind of subtle variations at the right time, use that short ball effectively. I still remember when Hardik Pandya came into bowl, the first ball Josh Hazlewood ball was a perfect bouncer. So those small things also can actually make you a very successful white ball one-day cricket bowler.
Well, the first two ODIs, we've seen two very flat wickets, and Hazlewood has been the standout bowler. And the reason he's been the standout bowler, he's kept it very simple. He's bowled an aggressive length, but with an immaculate line. He's bowled very, very straight, and he's made it very difficult for the Indian batsman to score square of the wicket or to be able to hit him down the ground. So he has really, shown the blueprint to how to bowl on flatter wickets. He's taken advantage of his height and got that little bit extra bounce and cramped the Indian batsman for room. So he certainly has shown not only his fellow Australians the discipline that's required with line and length, but he's also shown the Indians exactly what's required to bowl in these conditions.
Our theme today seems to be fast bowlers. Australia must play Stark to help him find some form. Tom?
Yeah, look, I wouldn't hesitate to continue to play Mitchell Stark as long as he's physically okay. He has played a bit of Shield cricket leading into this ODI series, but he hasn't found his best form. He hasn't found the best consistency with his line and length. So I wouldn't hesitate to play him just so he can continue to find his feet, because, again, he's going to be an important member in that Test series moving forward. I'm sure they'll want him to play in some of the T20 matches as well. So really, to find that rhythm, you can only really do it in the middle. So I think it'd be best suited that Mitchell Stark does it in the middle during the matches.
Well, I'm just taking a look at Stark's last 6 ODIs versus India. Hasn't done really well. He's set the stage on fire overall in ODI cricket, but not has done very well against India. Would you also then play him to help him find that form?
See, he's probably the only bowler who hasn't played a lot of white ball cricket in the last, 3 or 4 months. If you see, Josh Hazlewood was involved with CSK, Pat Cummins played the entire IPL. It was only Mitchell Stark who hasn't played. Yes, he's played Sheffield games, which is a red ball game. So I would definitely play him in all the white ball games, because there's no better practice than match practice. You can actually bowl him as much as you want in the nets. But yes, the more he will bowl, the better he will get. He was much better than he was in the first game. He looked better in the second game. The more he bowls, probably, yes, he will be under pressure. But probably the next game is anyways a dead rubber. And Australia would want to have someone like Mitchell Stark back in that full rhythm. So I would play him the next game, and probably will play him all the 3 T20s as well, because we all know once he gets into his rhythm, how dangerous can he be. And Australia would want Mitchell Stark at his best, especially in Test cricket, because when you go in with 4 bowlers, you want all your 3 fast bowlers to be right at the top of the game, because there is no hiding in Test cricket. So probably more he plays, the better he gets.
Okay, finally, you don't have to take a look at Yuzvendra Chahal's figures to find out that he's not had a great ODI series so far. So, Gautam, I'll start with you on this one. India should play Kuldeep for Chahal?
India should play Kuldeep for Chahal, no doubt about it, because you might be playing Kuldeep in T20 cricket, and obviously he gives you something different. Chahal hasn't had the best of 2 games, but there is nothing wrong in replacing him with Kuldeep Yadav, because he's in your Test squad as well. So you play him now, you play him in the T20s, and then probably take him in the Test matches. You might just require him to play Test matches as well, especially we remember when he played last time around at Sydney, and how successful was he. So give him that opportunity, and he's been waiting for that opportunity for quite a while, because he hasn't played in this back half of IPL as well. And probably in T20 cricket, you might have spinner, especially against Australia, if Hardik Pandya chips in with 4 overs.
Yeah, look, I don't mind that thought that Kuldeep gets an opportunity. Chahal has played a lot of cricket in the IPL leading into this one-day series. He's had 2 games where he hasn't really found his feet, and the Australians have got the upper hand. So why not try the left arm leggy, purely on the basis it provides a variety that the Australians haven't seen yet this summer. And it also gives Kuldeep an opportunity just to find his feet bowling under pressure in matches, because, again, he may be looked upon to have an impact as the series unfolds. So to me, it would be a pretty smart move to play him. And I'd also consider looking at Washington Sundar as well as an option to play.
Right then, change of venue. Will that bring about a change in the winner too? We'll find out on Wednesday. We'll see you then. You're watching ESPN Cricket for Matchday.